Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition is out today?
Yes.
On PS4, PS3, Xbox 360, and Xbox One?
Yep.
Or wait, is it... It's just never mind.
Yeah,
yes,
yes,
all of those.
Yes.
And you've got it here, and you're dressed in like a real stylish purple getup.
Yeah.
Is this Saints Row 4?
Let me see it. Let me see your dude.
You want to see my dude?
Yeah.
Oops,
see your
wrong
guy.
one.
No, come on, give me the glamour shot.
There it is.
Yeah. Wow.
So
creepy.
I mean, I guess we'll get it out of the way. Like one of the cool things, new things that you can do is you can kind of play dress up. It's like one of the things they kind of I don't know if you want to say borrow or whatnot from World of Warcraft. Stole. It's the same company though, so that's okay.
You said it.
All right, fine. Stole, whatever. So let's say, for example, you have your helmet, right? Oops.
Sure.
Your
Got
helmet.
my commander's siphon.
Yeah, my commander siphon. You can go in, and depending on this is some of the stuff you get as you train up.
It's so tiny.
But
you get different options
find,
for like what you want your commander siphon dome to look like.
Yeah. So as you find like legendaries and new items and whatnot, it'll add to your portfolio of things that you can change your outfit to. So look, I'm gonna make my guy look like Shredder now.
Yes.
So like, yeah, see Shredder.
Oh,
right?
yeah, straight up Shredder.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
Let's go shred some things.
All right, I'm gonna go shred some things.
Didn't they get around that in the WoW thing because people who had like the best epic gear, some of it just looked like absolute ass together, so they just let you kind of tweak it a bit.
I mean, one of the cool things about that though was there were certain items you couldn't like just use on anything else to make it more special. But anyways, this is one of the new elements in this version of the Diablo game.
The Halls of Agony.
Evil Edition. It's a bounty, which is like a little mini quest within the world. You have an objective that you have to fill or complete. I have to kill Bludgeon Skull and kill 100 monsters.
Oh, I hate that guy.
Bludgeon Skull.
Yeah,
What
if you guys notice, I have a little fuse thing in the middle of the screen.
33 kills, 34 kills, 41 kills, 42 kills.
Yeah, so that's going to keep going. It's like one of the new kind of, I don't want to call it a carrot on a stick, but it's kind of fun. It makes you try to keep killing things.
Is it a score multiplier?
Yeah, so it gives you more EXP.
Yeah, you just got 2.5 times the experience. Does that, do you find, now you've leveled in Diablo many times over on the PC version especially. Do you find that massacre mechanic helped you level a little faster?
I definitely did in certain cases because as you can see the EXP multiplier is pretty high. There's certain things that like a cursed chest event or something like that where I've gotten like 200 kills before. And that, obviously will help you level up faster. I am trapped now. But yeah, I think it's also like a little fun mechanic that it's very console-y. Like just keep going.
Do you always plow through this many people in these bounty missions? Like I usually like just, because this is not regular Diablo. I feel like you're not usually up against that many low-level characters, right?
I mean, the density has increased quite a bit since this iteration.
Yeah.
But bounties generally have pretty good monster density in terms of like how many monsters you're fighting. I think sometimes I feel like the harder the difficulty you set it on, the more monsters there are. I don't think that's always the case. I think it's actually more area based. But there's always a lot of grunt kind of monsters that you can kill to kind of extend your multiplier. There's also another thing. So like there's these traps now. If there was stuff there, which sadly there wasn't, there's another bonus.
Oh, that guy's fine.
No, but it had to be this trap. That's part of the map. But yeah, if there was monsters there, you would get a trap bonus, which you don't actually get in PC, which is another thing. So there's all these different little multipliers that you get on this console version that you wouldn't have in PC. That is Templar. That's one of the followers that you get.
Okay. Is that Shay Patrick Cormac?
Sure.
Okay.
Little Assassin's Creed Unity reference.
Thank
there.
you.
Yeah, I got you, Danny. That's like the first
nothing.
of your references I've got today. The rest of it has just been.
Man, you better hope Miss Dynamite doesn't turn up in this goddamn video game.
Folks, just a quick reminder right now, if you have any questions for Eric about the Ultimate Evil Edition of Diablo 3, go ahead and tell them to us in the chat at twitch.tv/GameSpot or in the comments at GameSpot.com, and I'll take a look at them and send them his way. I've already got a few lined up that I'm going to ask you in just a sec.
Sure.
Also want to remind you folks that we are giving away codes for Counter-Spy, a game you're going to see demoed later in the show. All you need to do to be entered to win is follow GameSpot on Twitter and retweet the giveaway tweet that GameSpot just tweeted.
You said the word tweet a bunch there.
Yeah, it's the key to the functioning of this new society we live in. Eric, Doodle Legs wants to know why you're not playing a monk.
Because, I figure you gotta switch it up every now and then.
Sure.
Also, the last time I was here on the lobby for the PC version, I played monk, so, give the people something fresh to see.
You want to show people that you have range.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can diversify.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, what's it like playing on the controller as opposed to mouse and keyboard?
Says Danny, echoing Red Hat Drew's question as well as Hyperflood's question.
Yo, that guy likes Linux.
I will say I was very skeptical the first time I played on console, even when Diablo 3 came out on console, but I have to say it's actually quite fun. It works out better than you think it would. It's hard for me to explain that because like you have to try it yourself, but it's actually very fluid. It plays very well. I was telling Chris before we started because he was like, hey, do you think you would play this over PC? And I was like, well, I probably wouldn't play it over PC, but if I didn't play PC and I had a lot of friends that were playing on console just because they want to play on console, this is a great game.
Do you play differently at all? Like, do you approach it differently? Like, was there anything that you thought would be more challenging on a controller that's not?
Not really. So there's this other mechanic too that's in the game. There's this like little roll here.
Yeah.
This is not on PC.
Right.
It's supposed to help you maneuver certain things because mouse is obviously more precise. You can click where you want.
Yeah.
This kind of just you can roll the way you want to. The thing is, for me, like playing a demon hunter, like he has a skill that can kind of evade already.
Right, okay.
So since that's better, I'm not using the roll, but I could see melee classes using the roll more often because it's like, oh, there's freezing pulse on the ground or something. You want to get away from it. That's a fast way instead of just kind of like panic running away.
What about like ranged like AoE
or if you're trying
stuff?
to catch up with dudes when you're trying to keep that multiplier up, right?
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, what was your question?
Sorry, what about like ranged AoE stuff where you're like trying to like do some AoE in the distance?
You can do that. I think that the screen is a little bit more like limited than PC. Like I think if I was doing that on PC, because it's zoomed out more on PC, it might actually hit stuff further away. So on this, it's got to at least be on the edge of the screen, I feel like, for it to actually hit, like within that corner of the screen. But yeah, so I'm not really following to find the butcher since I'm talking.
That's all right.
But I'm going to show you what you would get if you finish the bounties. Oops.
Did you get one of these currencies for the like nephalem
Rift? Yeah,
Rift
so
stuff?
you get Rift Keystones as you finish each bounty. And then if you finish a whole axe bounty, you get a reward, which is, whoops, still terrible with these controls.
What's the menu like?
I would say it's a little weird for me at first because coming from PC, it's like, okay, I is inventory or like C is my character, whereas like this is like pressing the touchpad and then like, but the start button is also for other things, so it's just kind of getting my head wrapped up.
But getting through all this is all right?
Yeah, this is all right. I mean, like, this is the only thing, like, if you were playing locally that would kind of slow you down is, like, if I wanted to change an item or a skill or something like that, which happens from time to time, I would have to pause, you'd have to wait. I don't think it's like that when you're playing online, but they do have, like, a quick inventory kind of, like a quick shortcut way. The only thing is you can't tell.
You can see that like cycling just above on the left side of the screen, just above all his like health bars
skills
and whatnot.
Yeah. So I think these are just the items that I have in my inventory that I could switch to.
Right.
It's harder to tell like two shields means like you're getting more life or resistance. You don't actually get to see what it is until you go into your inventory. But yeah. So anyways, this is what you would get from if you finish it. Oh, I'll tell you about that gift thing too. So you get a Horagic cache, sorry.
Oh man.
And it drops a bunch of things.
Dude, that Templar stealing all your stuff.
No, that's me. But those bounty bags can have act-specific loot legendaries that you can actually get, which are really good. Certain acts have like really good ones. Like Act 1 has a ring that's like really good. Yeah, pretty much. But it's actually like it's a game-changing ring, man.
Like, how does it change the game to like put that bling on?
What it is that ring helps you get your set bonuses easier. It takes away like the requirement of like one extra thing. So like if to get like a 3-piece bonus,
you could have 4 out of 5.
Yeah, to get the 5-piece bonus, you could still have the 4 out of 5, and you get that. So then you get the Rift Keystone currencies, which then you put into this nephalem obelisk, sorry, and it lets you go into a nephalem rift, which is another kind of new thing.
This is what they added to the PC one a couple of months ago.
Eric, go deep into the lore. What is a nephalem?
It's so
it's like an Oculus Rift, but it's like a different company. They're doing a kind of a cheap version of it.
Yeah.
But in this game, it's, if I remember the story right, it's like a nephalem.
Jesus, is that Stitches?
No,
it looks like Stitches.
Who's Stitches?
Stitches is the fucking dude from Duskwood in World of Warcraft who just roamed around. He was an elite that you did not mess with on the path.
Stitches is in Heroes of the Storm though, as a mobile.
Yeah. Well, he's from Warcraft, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or his type are from Warcraft. What are they called again?
A-bombs? They're abominations.
Abominations.
Right?
Yeah.
A-bombs.
But I think the lore behind the nephalem, or which is who you are, is like you're a powerful being. I believe that is like descended from like the angels and whatnot.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, definitely.
So you're supposed to have, be more powerful than a human. But
you specifically, and so you're able to go into the Nephalem Rift and get basically it's just they're more challenging. Is that the idea?
The Nephalem Rifts, what they're supposed to be, are kind of like a randomized dungeon that has like different areas with different monsters, which is something that's not wasn't part of the game because it's all storied.
It's like monsters that wouldn't have necessarily been in one area. It's like totally randomized, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So this just gives people a way
Mix
to
and match the horrid abominations.
Go to different levels. Oh, I got legendary. Sweet. Oh no, it's a recipe. That sucks.
That's literally you went from one end of the spectrum to the other.
Yeah, well, I mean, like it's good for later.
So it's this emotional experience. Diablo 3. Ultimate Evil.
Is there
edition.
anything like you're playing this, because you're a massive fan? Is there anything in this that if there are folks at home who are playing this on PC that they should feel compelled to get in on this?
It's hard to say. Like I said, if you're hardcore into PC, you're probably not playing this, and I think Blizzard knows that because they've come out and said plenty of times that they feel like this market, like the console market, is for different than their PC market.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Diablo games on consoles before.
Yeah, you're right.
2 was on PlayStation 2, right?
Was it? I think Diablo 1 was on PlayStation 1, and then like they didn't do it for Diablo 2.
Oh, really?
Well, what about that couch co-op?
Couch co-op is fun. I mean, I remember when we first got Diablo 3 in the office, when Carolyn was playing and the rest of them, they were having more fun than they thought they would.
Yeah.
And I think couch co-op is like you said, it's a very fun kind of thing.
And Hyperflood wants to know, is there slowdown or does it still run very smoothly when you've got more players on screen?
It's fine. I think they've tuned the game to respond properly for 4 people, even if you have a bunch of skills going on at the same time. I think that's another reason why they actually only limited it to 4 people. It used to be 8 in Diablo 2, but I think there's so much stuff on the screen.
It seems excessive.
Yeah. Well, it was also a complaint by people that there wasn't 8, but there's so much stuff happening on the screen that I could see why they couldn't have 8.
People.
Yeah.
So it's 4 couch co-op. You can play online co-op. You can do all sorts of character transfer stuff. If you folks want to know more about Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition, we did an hour live stream with 2 Diablo developers on the game, and they delved into like all sorts of stuff to do with the transfer of the game from PC to consoles, what kind of content you're getting in it, what kind of obstacles they had to overcome to put it on console, what kind of adjustments they've made, and how co-op works and online connectivity and importing your character, the whole shebang. But Erick Tay, Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition, thanks for coming on, showing it off.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
He's right as well. It didn't come out on PlayStation 2. Diablo 2.
Thank you.
Hey, man. He knows it all.
I got it.
He's got it down. Fact finding. Thanks, Danny. Way to own up to it.
Thank you.